And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. It's the coach and the AD, Karl DeMasi.
Coach Griffin.
Right here, live from
Center Sports Universe.
And it's every Saturday morning on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's the coach and the AD, Saturday mornings live right here in Coach's Corner. Usually, not usually, but we started this out in the Sound Garden way back in March. Now we're inside, a little chilly, rainy outside, but it's SUPERFEST week here. There's a lot going on. So once again, we're glad here to talk to you about local sports. It's all sports, all the time, all music. The Sound Garden is open here at Coach's Corner. So, Chad, another Saturday morning here. You got a little relief. There's no soccer games going on at Calvary, so you got to be happy about that.
Well, I'm not happy about not playing.
Well, you know
I wish the weather would cooperate, but Cam and I go through this. It seems like every year this time, opening weekend, and the weather just don't want to cooperate this year. And between weather and COVID, we fight the good fight, and we keep marching on.
I mean, we had Purple Madness here in the Sound Garden.
Crazy last night. Saw some highlights on Facebook from Coach's Corner page. It was raining. Yeah, sure.
But they got the cover out here now.
Oh, it's beautiful out there.
It's it's a little chilly, but John's got the
heaters and
everything out there. The little blowers. I mean, it's unbelievable. So we had Purple Madness last night, which is a tribute to Prince. Little Red Corvette, Little Nicky, Let's Go Crazy, and of course Purple Rain. All right, tonight, okay. Today, don't forget here at Coach's Corner, Oyster Roast. Oyster Roast today, Oyster Roast tomorrow, SUPERFEST right here in, of course, the center of the sports universe. Okay, tonight, Tom Petty tribute band, the Petty Hearts, will rock the Sound Garden tonight to keep SUPERFEST going on.
Can't back down.
Can't back down. So get here. It's going to be crazy. Remember, you got to go to Eventbrite, see if they still got tickets up there. Don't forget Sunday now. Tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, more oysters, okay? Plus, they got Keith and Ross with Jason Courtney. They'll start at 2 o'clock. They'll play up to 5 o'clock right before all the Super Bowl stuff gets started. They got a name when these three guys get together. The New Money Rednecks. So
there you go.
Don't forget. And you want to come inside, you got all the basketball. You got all the sports events going on and all these, as Lawrence
Gazillion TVs.
Gazillion TVs. So,
thank you, sir.
So once again, I got to apologize. We might not get to all the local news or all the stuff that you join us to listen to due to the fact that little technical difficulties with the weather, with the internet connection. And we got a great show lined up. We're going to talk to Cam Turner roughly in about 2 or 3 minutes because they had a big soccer kickoff tournament going on at Calvary Day School, Specialty Sports Complex. He's going to give us a lowdown when they're going to make that up and what's going on with local soccer. Then I got a great interview, but I can't get the internet to work.
We did. We had a great interview with the man, the myth, the legend, one of our favorites of all time, Javonte Middleton, Citadel football player who they kick off season here in a couple weeks, was named captain for this spring and going into the fall, wearing the first time ever the Citadel starting a new tradition. And one is pretty cool when, the Citadel is deep in tradition, but starting a new tradition where the captain wears the number 0. He will be the first inaugural captain to wear that number through the spring and fall. A pretty awesome interview. We will get to it at some point, all right, where everybody will get to see it. We know it worked because he showed us it worked. It won't hook up now, so we'll work it out. So, but anyway, then of course we had to get someone a little Super Bowl experience. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's covered them for I don't know whether it was for WTOC or was for the Savannah Morning News. He's the WTOC mid-break co-host. Tim Guidera, he's going to come on and talk about his Super Bowl experiences, covering the Super Bowl. And then, of course, we'll end the show up, little Super Bowl food. We're going to talk to the man himself, John Henderson. He's the Oyster Roast King, so he's going to come on and talk about Super Bowl and what it means to this place, how long they've been doing the SUPERFEST, and that's the way we'll wrap it. All right, quickly, we're going to go to last night's scores. We're not going to go into anything else. We're just going to give you last night high school scores, okay? First of all, let's kick it off always with the ladies. You may take it?
Go ahead, take it.
All right, so last night's roundup, we had Brunswick, big win, 40-37 of Richmond Hill. Glen Academy, 60 over South Effingham, put in 42. Over at Savannah Country Day, Lady Cavs clinched the number 1 seed going into the region tournament. They beat Country Day last night, 45-28. Aquinas with a big win over Savannah Christian, 37-35. Bryan County, 45, gets a big win over McIntosh, 36. Trinity Christian, 57. St. Andrews, 21. Coastal Homeschool, 64. Over the ladies of Habersham, 30. Then boys, Richmond Hill, big win last night over Brunswick, 64-44, which sets up a big matchup for today.
And I didn't get this until before the show, so I didn't have it on my sheet. But Effingham last night, the boys beat Bradwell 54-48. I don't have the girls' score, so go ahead.
Yeah, so New Hampstead with a big win over BC, 63-51 there. New Hampstead gets number 1 seed. Calvary boys over Country Day. That's twice in the last 3 days. But guess what? Guess who we're going to play again? The first round of the regional tournament. Country Day. I mean, I know you talk Chad Covers, like beating a team three times in 1 year is hard enough, but 3 times you played them 3 consecutive times. This might be the first time ever in Calvary Country Day history that has happened. So, holy cow, right there. Savannah Christian gets to 1 seed with the win over Aquinas. Their boys, that was 60-52. Bethesda with a big win over John Paul II, 62-56. And we do not have a score for Haversham boys or Coast Homeschool. If you got that, please tweet us, email us, text us, TikTok us. We don't have TikTok, but it sounded good. So,
TikTok, is that what you do this?
You do all these dances and I
got no rhythm.
My kids do it.
I got to take dancing lessons with my wife to get ready for my son's wedding. So anyway,
nice.
Here we go. We're going to cut it short right there. Those are the scores from last night. We want to get back on track. Sorry about the technical difficulty. We're at the hands of the internets, and it wasn't working right. So we're here. We kick it off. Coming up next, talk a little local high school soccer with the soccer guru himself as far as high school soccer goes, and that's Cam Turner. You're listening to Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from
Senior Sports Universe Coach's Corner. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Hang in there.
All part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skinny Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And And welcome back to the Coach and AD live from Coach's Corner, the center of sports universe. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live right here. And we're talking local sports, well, not all local sports, but local sports all the time. And once again, we got a great guest coming on. It's supposed to be a big soccer tournament this weekend, but it didn't happen. So it was postponed.
It is, but we'll be back better than ever, hopefully late spring as Cam and I usually ramp up the all-star stuff. And we had some of that discussion the other day about what that would look like. And, he had to remind me, like, a lot of the college programs are starting their season now.
Right.
I saw last night one of our good friends, Eric Faulkner, who used to be the women's coach at Armstrong. He's down at University of North Florida. They had a big 4-0 win over JU last night. So we're all backwards, man.
All right, well, tell people who JU is.
Jacksonville University.
The Dolphins, right?
The Ospreys.
The Ospreys
took it. Ospreys took it to the Dolphins, last night.
All right, joining us now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, Windsor Forest AD. So we got the AD. He gave up the coaching bit with soccer, and that's, of course,
never really.
He's going to give it up. I know. Joining us now,
really
Cam Turner.
Morning.
What's up, Cam?
Morning, guys. Thank you for having me on.
He's still wearing his night sweatshirt there. What do you mean?
I thought he's never giving up. Listen,
he's
we
repping.
all say we are like giving it up or whatever. But we're so interwoven into the fabric of us, man. Like, I mean, you see him. Listen, I was out at the complex back in the fall, and Cam's helping run the tournament and everything. He drives up on his golf cart and
with his golf clubs.
he might have been hit some wedges. You had to watch him. And we were sitting there watching the game and, like, never stopped coaching. Player 2 walks over. He just talks to him. Hey, did you think about this? Think about that? Listen, it is so ingrained in us. It doesn't matter if we're sitting on a golf cart at a complex watching UTN soccer or whatever. Always coaching. So, Cam, man, we did weather and some other bugs got us this weekend. But talk about, what games did get to be played. I think BC is getting played today. So talk about what we did get to do today.
Yeah, well, really the only thing we're getting in today is Lakeside Evans boys are coming down and playing BC boys at Benedictine today, I believe, at 2:00. But, it's unfortunate that it didn't work out. But we got a lot of good schools that are agreeing to come back and play again next year. Cambridge out of Atlanta was coming down to play. Glen Academy, you've got Lakeside Evan boys and girls coming to Savannah to play some of the schools. Calvary was going to play Effingham, and we were going to start the year off with a rivalry game between Islands and Savannah Arts since they're no longer in region together. But, we'll do all this again next year, and we hopefully can get the high school season started. So, because we got a lot of good teams this year. I think we got some teams that are going to make some runs in the state playoffs. So I just hope we get the season in.
So, and talking about that, who are some teams that you're very entrenched, especially the high school. Who are you most looking forward to watching this year?
Well, on the boys' side, I think the 3-4A between BC and Islands is going to be a great rivalry. It already is a good rivalry from them being in 3A together, but now in 4A, those are two top dogs that whoever wins that region is probably going to make a good run easily to the Elite Eight. In 3A, Savannah Arts is loaded again in 3A, so they should be in good shape boys wise. I tell you, the most interesting region to me is your girls region, Chad, 3A private region, 3 single A, because with St. Vincent's coming in there, I mean, between Savannah Christian, Country Day, Calvary, and St. Vincent's, predominantly all your teams are club players. So I can't wait to watch some of the games between you guys because I think they're going to be phenomenal soccer games because there's so much talent there.
It is as Coach DeMasi would here call it, the black and blue division of almost anything in that Region 3A private right now. And I agree with you. I think the girls side is going to be just unbelievable, the depth of talent, especially when you throw St. Vincent's in there. It adds a whole nother mix to that, which is great. They've been in here. We just not been in the same region. They've been up a level for a couple of years, and now they're back in the Class A private where they belong. I mean, it's just to be honest and real. It's been great in volleyball. It's been great in basketball. They got a big win over Country Day the other night in basketball as well. So it is. I think St. Vincent's needs to be in our region, and I think it's just going to add tremendous depth to that from a soccer perspective, without a doubt.
Yeah, and I picked your boys to win another region championship. I know you guys 2 years ago won your first win in soccer and boys soccer, and I think you guys are going to do it again this year in boys soccer.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's just Country Day's got a good young core group as well. Listen, man, watching Christian to start off the season, they're putting up some really good numbers, and their boys, I think they got a good group of core senior boys as well that's been really talented. So it's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun in that region. And you throw in Aquinas as well. Out of Augusta.
Out of Augusta.
They've been in the mix last 2 years. Last year got cut short, obviously, because of Corona. But they throw them in the mix with the boys, with Country Day, Christian, us. It is, man. It's one of the hardest regions in the state, both boys and girls, to get after.
Yeah, I agree.
Cam, 1 second before you give us your response. I'm not being rude, but I got technical difficulties going on here, so we got people popping in that we don't know who they are. So I'm trying to take care of it. So the coach AD is going to take care of both our spots right now. So I'm not blowing you off here, buddy.
Carl, you're awesome. I'm not worried about it, man. I'm sitting down here at Tybee with this COVID headache, and just glad to be on the show, being able to participate with you guys. So.
All right, got to answer that question.
All right. What was your question, Chad? I'm sorry.
No, we were just talking about the depth of talent that you've seen in Chatham County grow over the years.
Yeah, I mean, and that's – here, the talent at the private school has always been there, but the talent is really filtering into the public schools. I think Island's girls team this year is going to make a deep run in the state playoffs. I think they'll get to at least the Elite Eight and maybe further. Savannah Arts has always had the talent, so, I mean, it's really getting in there. And then, we're going to really focus again, hopefully this year, on getting the All-Star game back. We had to take last year off, and I've had a lot of college coaches contact me asking me if we're going to have it again, because even though college athletes can stay for an extra year of eligibility, most soccer players, when they're a senior, they're going on into their professional career. They're not staying around for another year of college. So all these coaches are behind in their recruiting. So our All-Star game this year, that you're very generous to host at the Calvary Day at Specialty Sports Field, I think we're going to have probably one of the biggest turnouts we've ever had in college, coaches coming out. And that's why when we were talking earlier about moving it to –
Oh, I lost Cam.
No, I'm back now. Somebody tried to call me. I had to decline them.
I hear you.
But, yeah, so, I mean, that they know that the athletes that we have here playing soccer are high caliber. And, once again, they're going to come back to Savannah looking for them because, in the All-Star game, we get the best players from about 33 different high schools in Southeast Georgia and the low country of South Carolina. And, we have usually anywhere from 10 to 20 kids recruited directly from that game every year. So,
yeah, without a doubt. I had the new assistant coach for Coker College, Evan Gaffney, reach out. He was the goalkeeper at Truett McConnell, and now he's at Coker. He reached out to me the other day just talking about, hey, do you got any unsigned seniors, kids that want to play? I was like, yeah, man, there's definitely a few that, because the recruiting has been so different in college athletics as a whole. We just had a big signing day for football and some other sports the other day, but it's really it's taking a toll on a lot of these seniors. Just haven't been able to get on campus, haven't been able to visit, things of that nature. And so he's like, listen, man, we need kids. We need kids on campus. We need to evaluate them. We need to see them. And so, Coker's going to be another great – they're a good D2 school, playing a good conference. And so that's just another contact that I think we'll have down here in May or June whenever we get to have it. So talk about your idea of moving it to June and a little bit the why behind that.
Yeah, basically this year I think we need to move it to June because we are in this pandemic to where so many of the college teams are playing soccer in the spring. So the coaches were just telling me basically you've got their spring season, then you've got Labor Day weekend, which is a big club weekend that they do a lot of recruiting on club soccer that weekend, not Labor Day, Memorial, sorry. And then basically we're looking at moving it maybe into the first week of June. Another big thing then is just to give this, more time, as much time as we can give to get a vaccine out there and hopefully move beyond the craziness that we're in right now will be a plus. And, the kids want to play in the game, so we could have it anytime and they would show up and want to play in the game. So I think moving it to June will get more college coaches involved in coming back to Savannah and, give us time to get organized and get all the kids out there playing healthy.
So I missed that. That's the All-Star game, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're working on all platforms. We're working on the internets. Just crazy stuff. We got people popping in here. We don't even know. But anyway, so what about this preseason kickoff? Did I miss something on that?
Yeah, we just talked about how, the between weather and some other things, we'll get it back again next year. It's always, listen, it's been growing. Like we would have had, before some issues, we were having 3 games. We had 3 games scheduled Friday night, 5 games on Saturday. We were loaded.
Yeah, originally we did that. We had 8 games scheduled laid out. And, I appreciate Dentistry for Children was going to be the sponsor this year to cover all the referee fees so nobody would have to pay any money to play in the games. And, but, yeah, like I said, 8 games. You're right, Chad. We're going to have 3 on Friday and 5 on Saturday. And if it gets any bigger, once again, this is an invitational. It's not really a tournament because you're coming in, you're playing 1 game, just kind of a highlight showcase game to show the city of Savannah the great soccer we have and how we can compete with teams around the state. That's kind of basically the goal of this, is to bring teams from outside the area here to play against our Savannah teams to show them that we can compete with anybody and everybody.
And you're watching the Coach and AD right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from the center of the sports universe. Coach's Corner. Hey, I'm getting good at that now. I can point it over my right shoulder. My left
Good
shoulder.
job.
So, but anyway, all right. So my next question to you is, soccer. Sports Council. I just jump on the Sports Council. Go ahead. Tell them what we're going to have here a little.
We get to host the state championships. Hopefully, I think it's going to be A through 3A, maybe. So we're going to have that at Memorial Stadium. So big thanks to Robert Wells and others that's helped write the proposal, Georgia High School. We've been trying to get it down here for a couple of years now. So we'll get to host at least 3 classifications here at Memorial Stadium in May. So never know. Could be one of us. Yeah. One of these classifications we have down here. And so we're excited about that, Cam. And, that's one thing we're listen, man, it's been a long time coming. A lot of your hard work and really growing the sport of soccer, especially for high school here in the Low Country area, and Georgia High School seeing that as well. It's like, hey, we have a first-class venue in Memorial Stadium. All these other things that are going on. We've hosted All-Star stuff. They see how that stuff has been run. And they said, listen, I know there's no shortage of great help down there in Savannah to make this a first-class event. So we're really excited about getting to host the state, at least 3 state championship games here in Savannah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember talking with you about that a year and a half ago about, I'd heard that rumor and you told me you guys were putting the proposal, and congratulations to you guys for getting that pulled off. And, you can count on me to support and help out with whatever you need. So that's phenomenal news, and I look forward to watching the games.
All right, last question. I got to get out of here. So you're a Savannah boy. You've lived here your whole life. Tell the fans what it means, and of course the coaches and the ADs, what it means that to have these soccer fields, great soccer fields to play on now in Savannah, Georgia.
Well, it just means that our level of training that we can provide to the kids is going to increase, which then raises their level of play on the field during games. One of the hardest things, my Windsor Forest soccer team, they have to go to the Chatham County Soccer Complex to practice on the turf fields because the field at Windsor Forest is just a dirt field that you can't play soccer on if you want to be at any high level. So our kids go there. I know at the soccer complex, Jenkins, Windsor Forest, and Savannah Arts all were allowed the fields to practice on turf fields so that they can improve because our practice facilities are not up to par. So having the city and county develop these fields has really been a big plus. And now we've just got to get the Board of Education on board to improve the facilities that we have at the high schools so that we can, raise our standard at our school without having to leave our campus.
All right, Cam, we appreciate it. Any last thoughts for your comrade here that didn't happen today?
No, man, I just appreciated him. He put so much work and effort into growing the game of soccer in Savannah, man. We would not be the same without him, without a doubt.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate y'all being here every Saturday morning promoting high school and local sports. So
don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. We're going to put you on the spot. We got our pen ready? Here you go. You're the secretary. Score. All right, we already got Javonte Middleton's prediction for the Super Bowl. He's supposed to come up next, but the internet is killing us this morning. But anyway, you got Tampa Bay and you got Kansas City, number 55. What's the football outlook from the football coach on American football?
Oh, this is one of those games that I think Kansas City's going to win, but I'm rooting for Tampa Bay. I think how probably most of the country is, from what I've seen this week, sitting around watching TV, feels everybody would like Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Bucks to win the Super Bowl, but Kansas City just looks like an unstoppable team. So we shall see. My prediction is Tampa Bay 28, Kansas City 35. Pretty simple.
Ooh, I like it, man. I like it. I think he's pretty.
So you're going Kansas City 35-28?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I like the numbers.
All right, we'll see what the soccer football coach comes up with the American football. So once again, Cam, feel better. We appreciate it, and keep in touch. And we got to do this again during the season when it gets rolling. And I want you to put a list up, because I know you cover this a lot. Give me a list of the top area soccer players you think we should watch this year, and I'll get it from you, and I'll post it.
Yes, sir. I'll do it. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Awesome, man.
Feel better.
Thanks. Bye.
I mean, he's the co-AD over there at Windsor Forest now, and I do apologize to everybody. It's not that I'm turning my back on the guest, but
he's working hard, man.
That's why I got this guy here, because when I got to go do
he's got to be the producer. He's got to be everything else
graphic designer.
He's everything. All right, so everything that works on here is because of him, and so. We got some technical things popping up. We got some pop-ups. We never had pop-ups coming on. So, but he's handling it well. So from Cam Turner there, he's got Kansas City 35-28. Javonte had a little bit lower score.
Yes, 28-21 or 28-24. You remember off the top of your head? You wrote it down.
It's at my house.
It's at his house.
Yeah, written down.
So, and we'd like to say we usually come up with the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. That's our next segment. Due to the fact that for some reason it won't connect the video. It's a 20-minute interview with Javonte. We'll come back. This young guy, I mean, something special at the Citadel they're doing this year. They're starting. He's been selected the team captain. You got to listen to this. We'll be back in 3 minutes. He's got to cut out after that. And then I got Tim Guidera coming on. But stay tuned. It's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live from where?
Senior Sports Universe, here live at Coach's Corner.
All part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
Stay with us.
We'll be back 3 minutes.
It's all sports, all time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
I guess you and I can talk a little Super Bowl. Yeah. Hey, welcome back. Saturday morning, a little rainy outside, a little chilly, but it's the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from, of course, Coach's Corner. We're inside. We're not in the Sound Garden, but don't forget, the Sound Garden is open. That's right. I'm representing my Ute. That's right, my Ute. 1969, a 9-year-old kid in love with the New York Jets. And the first real, not the Jets. The first real number 12, okay, in my mind, to win a Super Bowl, Joe
Willie Namath.
Okay, so once again, it's fun to be here. This is my Super Bowl jersey every Super Bowl year, and you know what? Frank Slikowski put on the Twitter universe last night. I've watched every Super Bowl since I've been born. So I've turned it back. I've watched every Super Bowl because I've been around for every Super Bowl. I can remember the first Super Bowl, okay, Kansas City and the Green Bay Packers, and then it's just a lot of fun. And Chad's got to cut out here. He's got a family thing to do, which I'm proud of him. Put this to bed. Go watch his kid play some hoops.
Yeah, man. So their little SPAL tournament this morning over there at Hancock. So go watch him play. We miss a lot sometimes as parents,
coaches,
as coaches. And so we got a great boss here. Lets me cut out and go watch him play.
We got Tim Guidera coming up from WTOC. The man's traveled to 2 Super Bowls. We're going to get his Super Bowl experience. Last year we had George Atkinson from South Sea Johnson, who played with the Raiders. We had Ben Patrick from Jenkins, who played with the Arizona Cardinals in Super Bowls. Tried hooking up with DeMarcus Dobbs, but he's a busy man. You can't get DeMarcus, and he played back-to-back Super Bowls.
Back, which we watched. NFL Network went through did 30-minute highlight shows of every Super Bowl, and so we got to watch DeMarcus when he was with San Francisco. Unfortunately, he lost to the Ravens. Right, and then the following year he gets traded to Seattle. Oh, he'll tell you this was the one that hurt more than anything else. And didn't give the ball to Marshawn on the goal line. Yeah, and man, that one hurt there. But got to play in 2. That's 2 more than most people ever get to do. So maybe one day we can hook up with DeMarcus and talk about that. But what is cool, though, the NFL sends your school like a gold football with the player's name on it and the Super Bowl. If you have a player that played in the Super Bowl, they send a gold ball to like your high school. Yeah.
So where can we find it at Calvary?
One of them's at my house. It used to be in our head of school's office. And then when he left, he kind of passed them down. So my eyesight's a little tough this morning. So I got my grandfather glasses on. Yes, because we're gonna talk a little Super Bowl. He's got to be out here in about 5 minutes. So this is our Super Bowl breakdown between the coach and the AD. We had Javonte Middleton predict the score when we interviewed him. I will get that up as soon as it's over today. You got to listen to it, okay? And we'll give a 2-minute highlight on a set. But we got Kansas City Chiefs 16-2 taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks 14-5. What I'm amazed is that they got all the games in this year. That's the first thing I got to say. Great job. Yeah, I mean, listen, the protocols, you didn't know exactly how everything was going to work. Yes, about 1 quarter away a season, things got a little dicey. They started moving games back, started moving, someone played 2 in a week. But you're right. They got them all in. The NFL did a great job. I think people realize, hey, I couldn't go out and do things I normally do and maybe expose my teammates. And you saw that. And so the numbers started to drop. We got the games in. So far, so good for getting ready for tomorrow. There was one little thing there with a barber or something like that. Craziness now. But it looks like we're ready to go, man. So let's look at some stats.
I mean, I'm just going to talk about what happened the last postseason game between the Chiefs and Buffalo and the Bucks and Green Bay. The scores were almost identical. Okay, the Chiefs beat the Bills 38-24 as the Bucks beat the Packers 31-26. You couldn't get more closer than that. And this year, every team that's won has scored over 30 points in this year's postseason play. But as far as offense goes, we got to talk about the Chiefs, 415 yards a game. The Bucks 384 a game. So and on defense, okay, the Chiefs give up 358. Bucks are a little better, 327.
Yeah, I mean, then we get down to the two quarterbacks.
Yep.
I mean, it is almost identical. Mahomes threw for 47-40, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, QBR of 108. Brady, threw for 4,600 yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, QBR 102.2. I mean, receivers, Travis Kelce, monster year once again as a tight end, 1,400 yards. Mike Evans, 1,000 yards, but he was hurt a couple games as well. I mean, it is as close. You go through down the line, sacks, interceptions, takeaways. I mean, it is close, man. And so who is the most electric offense?
I mean,
I have to say, I mean, like, when you watch Kansas City play, it is electric.
Oh, yeah, because you got so many weapons.
It's electric. And, I mean, Kelce, who are you going to double? You go double the cheetah?
Yep.
You go double Kelce? You can't double them all.
Nope.
So does that leave a guy like Miko Harden that would have a huge day as well? We do get these Super Bowls where this kind of middle of the road guy comes the MVP because everybody's so focused on the other guys. So I mean, I wrote down my score. I wrote down 31-27 Kansas City. I'm going over the 30 mark.
And he's got to get out of here, and Tim's waiting in the waiting room. So I'll make this quick, okay? As you see, what am I wearing? A New York Jets football jersey, okay? I grew up a Met Jet fan until 1974 when the Mets got rid of Tom Seaver, so I went to the dark side. I became a Yankee fan. So it's strange that you got a Yankee fan and a Jet fan, all right? I've disliked the New England Patriots since day one, before Bill Belichick or Bill Bello jumped the Jets. He was the Jets head coach. He jumped to go to New England, okay? But anyway, to make a long story short, I've always been amazed at Tom Brady. Number 12. The man is a legend. 19 years in the NFL, 10 times in the Super Bowl.
40 touchdowns this year.
40 touchdowns this year. He's 43 years old.
Not
as old as this old guy. I'm impressed with Tom Brady. I'm going to say it right now. Tom Brady is the difference in this game. He's the difference. I know we got Patrick Mahomes, the baby GOAT, okay? But Tom Brady is experienced.
I love your convictions, man. I love it. So you're going. I feel it.
I am going with the Tampa Bay Bucks
at home.
That's
a hard one. Like, I was close. I almost flipped this score.
They're not allowed to blow their cannon, okay? So, which you guys hate when Savannah Christian does that. But let's go. So I'm going to go 35-31. The Bucks. Tom Brady's going to bring him down the field. They're going to be losing 31-28. He's going to bring him down the field. 2 minutes to go in the game. Bucks win in that exciting fashion. I just got
Gronk makes the catch.
Gronk. I don't know who makes the catch, but Tom Brady's going to be the reason why they do it. And you know what? I'm impressed. I'm a football coach. I'm a coach. Being drafted in the 6th round and nobody giving this guy a chance out of Michigan. It's just a great story. It's just a great story.
Listen, man, I love it. I about flip the score because I think it's going to be that way. I think Tampa's going to be up. I think Mahomes got to bring them down the field. And between Kelce and, I think Miko Harden's going to have a massive day. I think he, if he doesn't drop a fumble on the goal line, I think he could be the big difference there. Also, I tell you, for the Bucks, man, our little wide receiver out there, no one's talking about.
Nope.
Was it Miller? Scotty Miller?
Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller could be the guy, could be the difference. He could be the next Wes Welker, Amendola, those type guys that play a major role for Brady in the Super Bowl.
So, all right, well, this guy's got to get out of here. We got the columnist, the morning show host. He's also a chef. He is a chef. We got to get John to bring Tim Guidera in here to cook some wings for us. You know what I mean? So So, but anyway, Tim Guidera is coming up from mid-break show on WTOC. I probably got it wrong again, Tim. You can correct me. But we're going to have a lot of fun talking to his Super Bowl experiences that he covered. And once again, he's got to cut out. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning from
Senior Sports University live here at Coach's Corner.
And it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. What do I mean? There are 4 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'll get that to the end. But we'll be right back in about 3 minutes. This young man's got to go watch some of his son's hoop game. Once again, we thank you for listening. We'll be right back. Or I'll be right back with Tim. He's out of here.
See ya.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Heard every Saturday morning live from Coach's Corner, right here at the Center of Sports Universe. It's always a lot of fun coming in here Saturday morning talking all sports all the time, all music all the time. Don't forget, we got the Tom Petty tribute band tonight here in the Soundgarden. Go to Eventbrite. You can come watch it. And oysters, oysters, oysters. And that'll be my next guest, the man that owns the place, the man that does all this cooking stuff. John Henderson will come on next. But there's I had to find somebody, since it's Super Bowl weekend, that has been involved in the Super Bowl. I've had George Atkinson, who played at Johnson High School, went on to play for the Oakland Raiders, got himself a ring. I've talked to Ben Patrick from Jenkins, who had a big catch for the Arizona Cardinals. Been trying to get DeMarcus Dobbs on here. Couldn't get UB Ginn, who made himself a little famous. He was the backup running back for the undefeated Miami Dolphins way back when. But I said, let me give this guy Tim a call because, you know, he started out being the journalist with Savannah Morning News, and great stories. He became the golf columnist. I think Stephen Weeks looks up to this guy. Then he's jumped to the TV, and now he's doing the morning break show, which I got it right. And he does a great job. And he's another paisan. He's from Staten Island. I'm from Long Island. He's a little Irish guy. I'm a little Italian guy. But he's cooking all these Italian meals. If you don't watch it, you got to check it out from 9 to 10 every morning on WTOC. Joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, good friend of mine, Tim Guidera. Tim, how's it going?
Hey, good morning, Carl. How you doing?
Hold on. I got to put my earpiece back in so we don't get any there we go. It's been one heck of a morning, Tim. But I'm here talking sports, and I'm having a lot of fun. A lot of problems with the internet because of the weather, but that's what you got to do. You got to do, right?
Yeah. I'm actually up in Athens visiting the Twins and doing this on an iPad for the first time. So if I drift out of the shot here, everything's backwards. I move right, and then the picture goes left. So I don't know what's happening with this. So if I wander out of the shot, just let me know. But one thing I want to go back to that you said in the last segment there, you're a Jets-Yankees guy? I didn't know they existed. All
right. So here we go again. My story about why I grew up with the Mets, the amazing Mets, 1969 Mets. I grew up with the Jets. I grew up with the Knicks. The Rangers always stunk back then. So, but what happened was in 1974, they decided not to give Tom Seaver $200,000. And when they let him go, I said, that's it. I've had enough with the New York Mets. You killed me. I went to the dark side. Now, my brothers have always been Yankees fans. Okay. So I was always the little brother that got kicked in the boot because I'd have my royal blue hat on, my orange shirt, my Mr. Met. I had a Mr. Met costume, for Halloween one year. So, I was always a Met fan. But once they did that, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a New York guy. If the Mets and Yankees are playing, I'm torn. If the Jets and Giants are playing, I'm torn. So the Rangers and the Islanders, the Knicks and the Nets. I grew up in Long Island Garden, and of course the Nets had to go jump to New Jersey. So there's a lot of New Yorker in me, but I'm a Jets and Mets guy, a Jets and Yankees guy. I know.
I can't figure you Long Island guys out. I don't know. I actually rooted for the Mets in the '69 World Series, but I'll tell you a little something. In '86, rooted for the Red Sox.
Why?
Yeah, I hated that '86 team. I liked the '84 team. But by the time they got to '86, they'd gone to the dark side. We're talking baseball. Let's go back to what you wanted to talk about.
All right. So I'm bringing you on here. Let me get a little volume up here so I can hear you. There we go. I brought you on here because, I try to get somebody that's been in a Super Bowl, who's gone to a Super Bowl. And I know you've covered Super Bowls. Yep. So tell us about the Super Bowl. What it's been like in your career. What does it mean to Tim?
It was great. I covered a couple of them, and they were actually back-to-back. '99 that the Falcons were in, and then 2000 that Atlanta hosted. That was the Rams-Titans, which at the time was the best game, I think, that had been played. There's been several good ones since then. But, probably like you, Carl, the NFL was my thing growing up. I didn't watch college football. I was out playing football on Saturdays, when college football was on. And Sundays I was home watching the NFL. So the Super Bowl was the biggest day of the year. And I always kind of thought that maybe when I got into newspaper that I might want to be an NFL writer because you only wrote one game story, and then the rest of the week you wrote personality stories and analysis and strategy and stuff like that. I've covered some NFL, but when I was in Staten Island, I covered some Giants games, and but always look forward to the Super Bowl. And then, I don't know if you remember, but back when ESPN had the rights to them, they would show those old Super Bowl highlight films. Yes. And I would stay up the whole night before the Super Bowl and watch them back-to-back, 30-minute shows.
Back-to-back.
Right, almost up until kickoff. But yeah, so when I finally got to go cover one, it was great. But I'll tell you what, the first one I went to was almost anticlimactic because the game before, I was out in Minnesota for the NFC Championship game between the Falcons and the Vikings.
Right.
Best NFL game I've ever seen.
Yes, it was a good one.
Falcons won in overtime. Greg Anderson of the Vikings missed a game-winning field goal. And then the Falcons won it in overtime. But that is the best NFL game that I have ever been at, maybe that I've ever seen anywhere. So then going to the Super Bowl, you knew that game wasn't going to match up. But the week was great because back then it all started on Tuesday. They have a big press conference. Every player on both teams is available. And you would, just kind of go from station to station. And, of course, the quarterback had 300 people around him. You couldn't get anywhere near him. But you always found somebody to go, that you could get. You'd get the backup holder. And, you'd get a one-on-one half-hour interview with him and do some kind of quirky story on that. But Shannon Sharpe was also at that Super Bowl because it was the Broncos. So I was able to kind of localize it that way. Of course, we had the Falcons there. And that one was in Tampa, too, I believe. It might have been I think it was just outside of Tampa. No, it was in, what's the stadium down there, Fort Lauderdale? Actually, I guess they called it Miami, but it really wasn't in Miami. But
the old Dolphin Stadium?
No, it wasn't in the Dolphin Stadium. I can't remember what stadium that was in. But But yeah, it was just a great experience. As a newspaper guy before the internet, I didn't do this, but you could go to that Tuesday press conference and not work again until Sunday because you got a week's worth of interviews. You could just write a bunch of columns on Tuesday night or Wednesday. But, then each day they have press conferences as well. They have the big one on Tuesday, but then each team has their own session every morning. And so I would go to those as well because with somebody local in it and with a local team in it, if somebody says something crazy, you got to be there for that. So, every morning you'd get up and you'd go to both team press conferences and you'd find a story. And, and then also there'd be, parties pretty much every night. And then, Miami was the host city that year. So it was down in like Coconut Grove area. And I remember walking, there was one real popular club that everybody said, oh, you got to go to this place. You got to go to this place. And I walked by it one night. And when I saw Troy Aikman, about 15 people back online, I said, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get into that place. I'm not going. So,
and we're talking to Tim.
They have a big media party on, I think it's a Saturday night before. And that's just a major blowout, great food. And they have great entertainment at it. It goes on for hours. And then the game itself is just, I've been fortunate to be in the press box for that one because I guess I was credentialed as a Falcons reporter. The one in Atlanta, I was in the auxiliary box, so I was in the upper deck. But if you remember, the Atlanta one was this ice storm.
Really?
Yeah. It was a week-long ice storm in Atlanta. And so there were like 1,000 car accidents that day. There were like 70 to 100 car pileups every day on 75. So I drove up the Sunday before the game, parked my car at the hotel, and didn't move my car again until the Monday after the game. Because what I did was I stayed a block away from the Titans hotel. So in the morning I would wake up, I would walk to the Titans hotel, do their press conference, get on the shuttle, go to the Rams interview session, and then take the shuttle to the main media center, which was downtown Atlanta, do my work there, and then take either a shuttle or MARTA back out. I was staying out in Buckhead. But that game was tremendous. I mean, that was until the last couple of years, I guess that was the only time a quarterback threw for 400 yards, Kurt Warner. And, of course, everybody thought there was going to be this great 2-minute drill at the end, and he hit it on the first play. And then it was a defensive stand, and they ended up tackling I can't even remember who the receiver was. But
he was like an inch away from the
1 yard line. Yeah. So, it's a lot of fun to cover. You do get better access at a Super Bowl than you do at most major events, even major NFL, just regular season NFL games, because they're trying to promote it. I mean, it's a big national event now, so they want to get as many stories out there, as many eyes on it. So you really do get some pretty decent access to it.
All right. So I'm talking to Tim Guidera, mid-break show, right? I got it right?
Morning break.
Morning break.
You're combining the old show, Mid-Morning Live, and the new show, Morning Break.
So I got half and half of all of them. Okay. So so the Morning Break show co-host and does a great job. And he's also the chef on the show too, which we'll get to in a second. All right. So you talked about covering 2 Super Bowls, and you talked about what was the best interview that you got out of the Super Bowls?
Well, Shannon Sharpe was such a character back then. I mean, I think at that point it was late in his career, and he was kind of positioning himself for a post-career media role. So he was kind of outlandish during that. So I think anything that Shannon Sharp said at that, I don't even know the number, but it was the 1999.
Right. It's Super Bowl 33.
33? Okay, yeah. I mean, that was great. And I don't know if you remember, but the day before that game, Eugene Robinson is honored as Man of the Year. And then later that night, he gets arrested for being out with somebody.
Being in the bar somewhere. Oh, I remember that story. Story.
So the story that we wrote about Eugene Robinson that appeared in the next day's paper was not anything like the news stories that were coming out about Eugene Robinson that day.
Wow. And you've covered some special players. And, what's your first of all, first question, this GOAT thing. I know you and I growing up, and in the Daily News, they would have a picture. Who's the cartoonist that was famous
Bill Gallo.
back then? All right. And he would have a picture of the GOAT, the guy that blew the game.
Right.
Now we got the GOAT acronym for the greatest of all time. Would you consider Tom Brady, being a sports writer, being a journalist, the greatest of all time?
In football, it's so hard because the positions are so specialized. I mean, for forever, Dick Butkus was considered the greatest football player.
Right.
How do you compare a middle linebacker to a quarterback? Years later, Jerry Rice, people said, was the greatest football player in general. How do you compare a wide receiver to the guy who's thrown him the ball? So Brady's certainly the most accomplished. I don't think he's the best quarterback ever. I don't think he's the best quarterback in this game. But you can't deny that he has done more. He's in his 10th Super Bowl, can win his 7th. I mean, he's certainly. But, you flip that comment. I was going to kind of change directions here. You flip that around. By that argument, Bill Russell would be the greatest basketball player of all time. But everybody ignores that he has almost twice as many championships as Michael Jordan, who they consider the GOAT. So, I think you have to define greatest. If it's most talented, if it's best player, that's not Brady. If it's the guy who's done the most, it's hard to say it's not.
I mean, it's tough. And, could the best baseball player have been Yogi Berra?
He won the most World Series.
Hey, remember, when you come to the fork, what are you going to do? When you come to the fork in the road, what are you going to do?
Take it.
Pick it up. So, but anyway, it's so hard now. If you go by position, he's one of the best. I mean, we've watched so many quarterbacks, Terry Bradshaw and winning 4 Super Bowls, Joe Montana. I mean, we can go on and on. And, it's just amazing. And, Patrick Mahomes, like you said, he's the more athletic quarterback in this game today. And, he could be considered the greatest. So it's just crazy. All right.
Yeah, at some point, Mahomes might be considered the greatest because he'll combine the two. He'll combine the talent. And if he stays on the pace that he's now, he'll combine the accomplishments too. Although, everybody's saying, he's going to win as many as Brady. 6 Super Bowls is an awful lot to win. I think people are a little bit early in saying Patrick Mahomes is going to accomplish as much as Tom Brady.
That's going to be one of the toughest records to break, just like Joe DiMaggio's 50-game hitting streak. So, I mean, we can go on and go from there. Okay, now we're going to put on your chef's hat. Okay. What's the favorite Super Bowl food that Tim and the family like to enjoy on Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, usually I do a big Super Bowl party, so I'm making a ton of stuff. But the last couple of years, the favorite dish that I like to make is, 2 things. And they're both kind of like appetizer type foods that you put out like around the room, not something that you would have on a buffet. Buffalo chicken dip.
Right.
It's phenomenal. You can eat it on anything. And then these nachos that I put like a chili pepper chicken over the top of. So it's nice. It's chips, chicken, and then a salsa, like a corn salsa, and cheese over the top. And those are fantastic. You serve that with sour cream. Man, that's great stuff.
And are you enjoying doing that on the show?
Yeah, we have cooking segments scheduled, and we haven't been able to have chefs in our studio. We haven't been able to go into restaurants. We're getting to the point now where we can start shooting some of those segments on site. So you may have noticed the last couple of weeks we're starting to work some local chefs back in, which is what we really want to do. I mean, the intent of those segments was not to have me cooking. It was to highlight some local chefs. But when things went crazy with the pandemic, somebody had to to cook, so I do it at home, and I like cooking. And as you noted, it's mostly Italian food that I cook because, when you grow up in New York, that's what you eat a lot of.
Oh yeah, a lot of pies, a lot of pizza, a lot of Italian dishes. So, all right, I've asked every guest so far today. We got Cam Turner, the AD and former soccer coach at Windsor. He has Kansas City 35, Tampa 28. Chad has Kansas City 31, Tampa 27. Javonte Middleton, who would have been on, he had 28-21. I'm pretty sure he had a Kansas City. I got Tampa 35-31. What do you got?
We made picks on morning break yesterday, and I didn't know we were going to do it. So I just kind of gave one off the cuff. I'm going to give you the same pick there because you can't make different picks in different places. Then, you're just covering yourself there. So what I said there was I thought the Saints were going to beat the Bucs. I thought the Packers were going to beat the Bucs. I think the Chiefs are not only going to beat the Bucs, I think they're going to beat them by a couple of scores. If we're given scores, I'll say 34-17, not close. But as I said yesterday, I can't believe I'm picking against Tom Brady when he's not playing against Eli Manning.
It's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. But Tim, thanks for your experience and what you've been doing on TV, and of course your experience in covering sports here for a long time in Savannah. And keep up the great work. And once again, we got to get together. We've met here once before. We got to come back, get some wings, and watch some Yankee games here.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Well, I got to get some of your Zeppelis too. You keep telling me that you're going to make Zeppelis for me, and I haven't seen any yet. So, but
okay,
hey,
I'm going to be doing an anniversary show down in your neck of the woods at Rockies. I'll give you the date. I'm going to save you a bag on the side because you got to eat them fresh because the next day the powdered sugar destroys them. So I got to give you that brown bag with some Zeppelis. So you got to come down there and check it out.
You can't even walk out of the store. You got to eat them right there. You can't take them to go. But hey, tell John Henderson I'm going to be by tomorrow to get some Texas Pete and butter wings. That's my favorite wing. Texas Pete and butter. I got to try that. Oh, that's the best wing. Well, he's up next. He's going to give us that recipe. Maybe you can bring him on the show and let him cook them. We might do that. So. All right. Enjoy Athens and have a lot of fun with the kids. You going to the basketball game today? You can't. You got a lottery, and my son has not even gotten tickets yet. He's entered the lottery for every game. Actually, he went to one before the Christmas break. But since the Christmas break, he's entered the lottery for every game, and he hasn't gotten it yet. So, but I'm going to be home in time for the Super Bowl tomorrow. We're going to leave early enough that I get home for most of the pregame, and I got to do some cooking too, I guess. Appreciate it, Tim. Have a good one. Thank you, Carl. See ya. Tim Guidera does a great job on TV with WTOC. The Morning Break does a great job. Check it out. He's a cook. He's a columnist, and he does it. Well, it's Super Bowl Fest here at Coach's Corner. How can we not have the man himself on the show? He's going to be back here in 3 minutes. John Henderson is going to talk about his oyster roast. He's going to talk about the sound guard. He's going to talk about anything that goes on here at Coach's Corner with the gazillion TVs he's got here. So once again, it'll be back in 3 minutes. You're watching the coach and AD who had to take off. Chad Griffin had to go watch his son's basketball game. I'm all for it. Coaches miss their kids' happenings, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We'll see you in 3 minutes with the man himself, John Henderson.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Henderson and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ.
Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
Some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And we're back. It's the coach and AD, but really now it's the coach and the owner of Coach's Corner, the guy who does everything here. I mean, he does a great job, supports the community, and he's also got some news about a little COVID-19 testing, but he's not joining me on the internet hot seat. He's on the hot seat right here live at Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe, even though we know Rubbin' and Grubbin. Let me get that little banner there. Rubbin' and Grubbin, the other show, they like to call it the center of the universe. So, but once again, John Henderson, thanks for coming on. I know it's a busy weekend for you. SUPERFEST, oysters. What do you have, a truckload back there sitting outside? I see your man going out there with buckets of ice every hour.
Well, we got 1,600 pounds of oysters for
1,600 pounds
for today and tomorrow. That's right. We'll be serving them up by the bucket starting at 2:00, going to 6 each day, and hopefully we have enough for everybody.
Unbelievable. Now, you opened this place up, what, 1991?
1991, March of 91.
March of 91. Fred, what were you, like 28 years old?
I was actually 22.
22 years old. He opens up his own restaurant. And I remember the shack that was here, and I remember when you built around that shack. But how did you? What made you want to have a sports restaurant?
Well, actually, it began off with my brother and my dad, and I was like a tag along back then. We had worked in the industry for a few years before at a place called Bleachers downtown.
Oh yeah.
And we took it on there, and they ended up changing their concept there. So we decided we were going to try to open our own, and that's what happened.
Wow, 22 years old, and he's been at this for how long now? That's 91,
30 years.
30 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So
about to be 52 in March.
50. He's going to be 52. So he's still a youngster compared to me. But what do you? I mean, you haven't got an in-depth interview with this, but what do you like most about doing this? I mean, it's blood money, as I've been told, because I have a brother-in-law that has a sports bar down in outside of Tampa, Florida. I mean, you got to really, it's got to be fortitude because the hours are strange. And
yeah, well, I mean, we got in it because, of course, we wanted to do it, and it's been trying for 30 years. We've worked so much. We started off in the beginning with 3 TVs, a meat slicer, a hot dog roller, and a warmer, like a steamer. That's all we had, and we had to have food. You knew they had to have food. So within about 3 weeks of being open, we bought our first Fry Daddy.
Nice, Fry Daddy.
So that we could go to Sam's, buy wings, and cook wings.
A Fry Daddy.
One Fry Daddy turned into 10 Fry Daddies.
Right.
And then and it grew every time. Every time we turned around, we were trying to make it better. We went from 3 TVs to 4 to 5. I remember the first 60-inch big screen we bought. I bought it on credit, $100 a week from Audio Warehouse.
Audio Warehouse.
Phil Perry. Yep. It was a big thing too back then. I mean, a 60-inch big screen was.
Oh, everybody must have loved you.
It was about that big wide, and it was a big, giant, bulky piece, but it was awesome. 70 TVs later, here we are.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Everywhere you look. And this location, how did you wind up at this location in Thunderbolt?
Wow, that was a good story. Okay, so my dad and my brother went to the courthouse steps where they were doing an auction of the equipment that this location had because it had been closed by government. So they were up there bidding on this equipment, which my dad bought with his American Express card. Okay, so that's how this is a good story, though. Rudy Shira, who's another business owner down on the island, was there that day to bid too. And he saw my dad and my brother bidding and didn't get involved. He could have bought that stuff easily.
Right.
But he let my dad and my brother get it. So the story was we were going to move all this equipment from here that was kind of nasty, actually.
Right.
It was Cleve's old place. Now I guess him. We moved it to a warehouse, and we were pursuing a location in the city market.
Wow.
And the city market group, whoever did, Marcy and them back then, didn't like our resume and turned us down, which was probably the best thing. Thank you, Marcy, so much for doing that. Was the best thing that could have ever happened to us because we weren't ready to go into city market.
Right.
Then. So we were able to come here, get our feet wet, move slowly, build it as it went, and here's what we've come to.
Redid the whole place. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I said, they're closing coaches down. And then I see a building going around outside the building. And what are they doing there? Well, it turns out to be a pretty nice spot. And then
that's another story together.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But you expanded now into your backyard. I remember when you used to come here, you had the dirt and everything else, but people would go out there and enjoy it. And then you've expanded into this sound garden where, all sports all the time, but now it's all music, all sports all the time. Yeah. The music has been, during this COVID-19, the music has been a blessing for a lot of people.
It has been really. We've been very blessed and very fortunate to be able to do this because we had the outside venue. Back in 2005, after the renovation, I've always liked to promote and always liked music, always wanted to be a promoter. I was actually I promoted Widespread Panic in 1993 in Statesboro at Hanner Fieldhouse and lost money. So that's how my promoting business started. I lost money with Widespread Panic.
How do you do that?
Well, I did, and it was back before they were played on the radio. And they weren't as big then as they are now, of course. But but anyway, so after we reopened, I always wanted to have music, and we started to grow out back with the containers on the ground.
Yeah,
and actually, we started first off all the way in the back with a big 18-wheeler rig that we cut a hole in and built a stage on.
Right.
That's where it all started. But then I realized it was too far away from the bar to make any money.
Right.
So we had to bring it closer to the bar. And that's where Dudley New and John Smith and some good friends, Billy Snyder, came in, and we built those containers so that we could make it. We were going to build fences around it. And Dudley said, no, man, I'll put containers on the ground. So there was no container ordinance at the time. So we got away with it. And then there's a container ordinance now. And it turned into the sound garden, and it has evolved. I had some pictures last week of when we had the sand out there in a stage that was the awning from Driftaway Cafe on Wilmington Island.
Yep.
Scaffolding set up that held it up. And the stage was from the old Sheraton ballroom.
Right. That
folded out, and it was all level and all. And it was just crazy what we did with what we had. And I can't say it, but it's like making chicken soup out of chicken poop.
Right.
So, and that's what we've done. And it's turned out really well for us, and we're very fortunate.
I mean, yeah, I remember coming in, I don't know, I forgot which hurricane. It didn't hit the hurricane, of course, it didn't hit us, but everything was blown all over the place, and that's with the scaffolding and everything else. And now you got the awnings, and you got the sound, the stage, which is unbelievable. You got to check it out, okay? Tonight you got the Tom Petty tribute.
Petty Hearts. It's a Tom Petty tribute out of Atlanta, and they are really, really. No, I'm sorry, out of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay,
they are very, very good. They do a bunch of different bands. They're Tom Petty's one of their best. So.
And you had Purple Madness last night, Prince.
Purple Madness knocked it out of the park. You couldn't have asked for a better kickoff to Superfest with Purple Madness. That Bobby guy, he puts on a show. He's unbelievable.
So, and if you check out Coach's Corner on Facebook, and you can see what it's like here when they have a band back in the sound garden, and it's an unbelievable experience. You got to come out here. I came out here for the Journey concert. What was it? Who's that tribute band?
Departure.
Departure.
They're one of the ones that really got us rolling.
I mean, I love Journey. I mean, so I had to come out here. My wife's a big fan of Journey, so we had to check it out. It's just crazy,
Put a
crazy.
plug in there. They're coming on the 13th of March.
13th of March.
Which is our 30th anniversary weekend celebration, and they're actually going to do a matinee show on Sunday. So for those who can't go out late at night, they can come at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday on our anniversary day itself.
Wow. So
Yeah.
March 13th, it's all kicked off here?
13th is the first night of departure. Sunday, which is a matinee show, is going to be our actual anniversary party.
Nice. So, all right. So we talked about Super Bowl. SUPERFEST week here. Oysters. But John Henderson, okay, Super Bowl means food and having a good time with your buddies besides watching the game. So if you had to rate the number one food that you would have at your Super Bowl party, would it be oysters?
Well, of course, oysters are a big hit this time of year.
Right.
And yes, I'd have oysters, but, chicken wings are always the number one food or commodity of Super Bowl weekend. And unfortunately, we have some, and unfortunately, there's a shortage for some reason.
Wow.
And the price is almost doubled on us. It's amazing. It's stupid. But we have plenty of them for everybody. We'll have a drive-through in the back that you can call in if you need us to bring them out to you. It's going to be a big week. We're all set to really get it out.
So I mean, everybody I've talked to, every guest or every interview I've done, I've asked them what their favorite food is. Wings. Tim Guidera from WTOC says, make sure you tell John, Texas Pete for me, Texas Pete and butter. Simple recipe. Go ahead there.
Texas Pete and butter. Not hard, but no, that is one of our favorite sauces that people order. Tiger sauce, which is it's made in Louisiana, is a good one too. But jerky, which is a traditional, I call it the New York style, the Buffalo style. And of course, our traditional hot's really good. People like it. They eat it on salads. They eat it on anything. It's a good sauce.
So I've never asked you this before, but people probably wonder, how many wings do you go through?
Well, let's say this. There's about 200
Let's take a normal SUPERFEST week, okay? Because this is not normal.
Right.
What do you go through on a SUPERFEST week?
Well, in the past, probably 30,000 in a week. And I have right now, we ordered in over 45,000 for the weekend. So
45,000 chicken wings. I'm going to let you know something, and you're going to laugh at this. How did I meet my wife? She was working in a restaurant called the Franklin Cafe in Franklin Square, New York. She was the hostess. I went there. It was vacation time, spring break for the teachers. Ordered 50 wings. I met my wife because of chicken wings, and they had great chicken wings, okay? Back then, we didn't have these 50,000 styles. You had hot, you had mild, or you had hot, medium, and mild. You didn't have all this other stuff going along with it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. Okay, Super Bowl here, Coach's Corner tomorrow. Oyster roast. I mean, come out and enjoy it. 2 to 5, we got Keith and Ross and Jason Courtney.
Keith and Ross. Yep.
With the rednecks. What do they call them? The money rednecks?
New money rednecks.
New money rednecks, okay.
I call them the dummies. Big dummies.
They'll be out here from 2 to 5. But Super Bowl, what does it mean to you? Watching it and enjoying it? Did you get a break from all the madness that's going on around here?
I call Super Bowl the end of the whole weekend, and it's kind of like the downslope when you're getting done with skiing. You're almost at the bottom and you're almost over. It's going to be a great game. I can't be more excited about this game than I have been in the past of all the other games we've seen. To have Tom Brady back in there and against Kansas City, it's going to be a great game.
So will we see a lot of red Chiefs jerseys and a lot of white Patriot jerseys?
Yeah, probably a few Patriot jerseys. I think all the Patriot fans are pissed now. They're a little upset that he left, but you know what? It was meant to be. It was going to happen eventually.
I forgot what night I came in here, and you had like 50 black and gold jerseys sitting over here. The Pittsburgh Steelers fans love this place.
Yeah, we started off as a Cleveland Browns club in '91, and then they went away for a while, and we didn't get them back because Pittsburgh came and took over. When they were gone, Pittsburgh took over the place, and they're like America's second team, other than Dallas. And if you grew up in the '80s or late '70s and '80s, Pittsburgh was a dominant team. And I love the Pittsburgh Steelers too. They're like my third team.
Number one.
Atlanta.
The Falcons.
The local team's always got to be my favorite. And then
Steve Bartkowski?
Yeah. A little tot back then. But
that was the lean years.
Yeah. And then
but I'm telling you right now, I'm an old-fashioned guy. Those uniforms I love. The red helmet, the red shirt, the silver breeches, as good old Larry Munson used to call them. And I know now we got black, and everybody wants to have black uniforms.
They're going to change it up so you'll buy more. Buy new jerseys every year. They're going to change everything.
All right, breakdown. Kansas City, Tampa Bay. I mean, you've been watching football for a long time. What's your breakdown on this game?
I tell you what, it's going to be a quarterback duel, and who makes the least amount of mistakes is always probably going to win. But
Coach's Corner, the coach. You don't want to make many mistakes or you lose.
But after I saw Tom 3 interceptions last time in the championship game and still come out and win, you never know. So It's going to be according to turnovers, mistakes, I've heard y'all's predictions. I agree with everybody.
I'm writing this down.
It's a high-scoring game, I think. I like the over to start with. Right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to look at Kansas City 38 and Tampa Bay 42.
42 points.
Yeah, I think the GOAT's going to put them on them, and we might have one or two good defensive scores too.
Just add one more point. You had his age, 43 years old.
Hey,
and can you believe a 43-year-old quarterback? I mean, it's unbelievable. The man is unbelievable shape and what he does.
We'll see him at 45.
He said he wants to play. He's 45.
Yeah,
so
I think he will, unless he gets hurt or something happens to him. And I mean, if I won this year, I'd want to go out in style. I wouldn't want to take a chance again. But
all right, let's jump to other things besides the Super Bowl. So you heard it here: 42-38, Tom Brady and the Bucs. Okay, now if you don't know anything about Coach's Corner. Okay, I'm acting like Dan Foles here from Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Okay, I'm getting excited here, but I don't have a swear bucket. Okay, they do more than just sports. Okay, you have breakfast here now, Monday through Friday. Oh, by the way, we had two guys walk in. They wanted breakfast. So March will have breakfast on the weekends, but Monday through Friday from 6 to 10:30, we have the Larry's Restaurant crew coming in here serving breakfast. You got to check it out. I mean, you're open from lunch to whenever at night. Now you want to take on breakfast?
I've always liked breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day.
So I eat breakfast for dinner too.
Yeah, and when that came about, I was excited about it, and it's doing really well. We got a great product. Everybody come out. It's very inexpensive.
It is. I've been here.
And Mary and Shirley and Margaret and all the crew, Julie, they do a great job, and it's getting better every day.
Coach's Corner from 6 o'clock in the morning now till 12 o'clock at night. Okay, until the crowd leaves, whatever that is. Okay, so also now, we know that we're getting into the vaccines. Everybody wants a vaccine. But nobody wants to do COVID testing now. Well, you've also picked up another venue to do here.
Well, it's a good friend of mine, Curtis Faircloth, and they have a business called Tackle Health. They will come to you and do.
Is this another Savannah Christian connection?
No, not Savannah Christian. Okay. He was actually one of the first people, first business person in town to start with online back in the day. In the late 90s, late 80s.
Late 80s,
early 90s. It was Savannah Online. And anyway, that's how we met. And they're in a business now that does COVID testing. They'll do it for 1 or do for 100. They'll come to you. You can drive up here, but it's called Tackle Health. They're also established in about 4 or 5 airports too now. So it's a business that, that some people, like big businesses like Yates, they have 200 employees.
Right.
They need to get all their people tested every so often, so they can take care of those kind of needs for people. And right now the drive-thru's open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 2 o'clock, and you just drive up. You can have any one of the numerous tests done, and then they'll text you or email you or send you information about whether you're positive or negative.
So come to the back, go to the back of the Sound Garden, come around the back of the parking lot, and you'll see the little shed right there. The man had to make him a shed because it's kind of cold out there. So just go out there. What's it called?
Tackle. Tackle without an E.
Tackle without an E. All right. So, February 28th. I don't know how I got roped on into this, but you are the MC.
Yes.
The Coach's Corner Sports Network, there's 4 shows, okay? It started out with Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Then I had to find a place, and I approached John. He said, yes, we'll love to do it. So the Coach and AD on Saturday mornings, Rubbin' and Grubbin' on Wednesday nights. Then we added the 19th. If you haven't seen the 19th hole, now it's adultish. These next 2 shows are very adultish, okay? Even though Rubbin' and Grubbin', sometimes Dan Foles gets a little carried away. But Rubbin' and Grubbin' and the 19th hole with the Herb brothers. They're going to cover every major golf tournament back in the Henderson cabin.
Yes.
And if you didn't see this, you got to get onto YouTube and you got to see they turned the sound stage, the Sound Garden stage, into a cabin, the Henderson cabin. And it was a lot of fun watching these guys. They did the Masters in November. They'll be back in April. Like that's the first one?
Yep.
So tell us so much about the Herb brothers. I mean, they're buddies of yours.
It was a joke at first when we started talking about this. And
I know. I said, John, we're doing a golf show now. He says, I don't know how, but they talked me into it. The Herb brothers, they talked me into it.
It actually came from a friend of ours at Britannia when we were out there one day because we were admiring all the shows going on. And Sean said, man, I want to do a golf show. I want to do a golf show. And this one person said, you should do a golf show. And they never went. We got a golf show. And up until like 2 weeks before, we really didn't have a big plan on this. It was just not scripted out. It was not, And we just, Lawrence and I went to Home Depot. We threw together some things, and we started talking about it, and I mean, Sean and Brent are already getting ready for that show right now. They're pumped up, excited, and we're going to have a studio audience this time. It's going to be set up a little different outside.
Nice.
So we're encouraging people to come out and participate during it too.
Nice. So that's the 19th, the 9th hole, and then we got a bunch of young pups who are going to rule this event on February 28th. Hot Grits podcast with Spencer Maddox and Travis Jadon. They're our podcast show. So there's 4 of us doing this here right from Coach's Corner. Once again, John Henderson putting on a great product. You can watch it all the time on Facebook Live, on the Coach's Corner Network. You can watch on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. But in podcast, you have to go to the podcast, okay? But we have a celebrity or a Coach's Corner Sports Network bowling challenge. February 28th, 1 o'clock at the Bet Bowling Alley. The 4 shows, okay, 2 partners each will be going at it. We're doing it for a great cause. Tell them about this cause.
All right. This year in the past, we have been, we do fundraisers, and we've always leaned on help save one of our own.
Right.
And this year, and maybe past there, we are giving back to help save one of our own. So we're gonna do all we can.
You and Ansley, right? Ansley?
No, it's actually the Yarbroughs.
The Yarbroughs. Okay.
John,
so I got to get my information straight.
Yeah. It is Spankies, but it was started back one of the Southside Spankies. So
nice
for one of their employees.
Nice. So now here's how it works. You can sponsor us for pins. Every pin that I knock down, you can give me 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, whatever you want. You want to do a straight donation?
$5, $10.
$5, $10, whatever you want to do. I'm looking for bowling shirts. So I want to put on the back, the coach and AD. We want to get bowling shirts, Chico's bail bonds. No, I don't really, but I'm joking with you. But we'll be doing this February 28th at Tibet Bowling Alley. This man's going to be the MC. It's going to be on Facebook Live, but we need sponsors. We're doing it to support one of our own, great charity. Our good buddy Travis Jadon was bragging about his bowling prowess, and so he met Larry and Lawrence Bennett, and here we are, February 28th. It's going to be a lot of fun, so to raise money. But anyway, tonight, any tickets left for the
we have
Petty Hearts?
Plenty of tickets left for tonight, and
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite here, coaches. We'll have walk-up tickets.
Just walk
tonight.
up. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have walk-up tickets. It's $20. It's a general admission show, so
right.
Don't have to really worry. But you can get here early to get up front. But
right.
Should be a really good show. I'm expecting a good crowd.
Okay, so make sure you're here. Don't forget, today and tomorrow. What time's the Oyster Roast start?
2 to 6.
2 to 6 today and tomorrow. Tomorrow you got Keith and Ross and Jason Courtney, the Money Rednecks.
New Money Rednecks.
New Money Rednecks. I mean, but I'm telling you, these 3 guys are really good.
They're banjo picking, guitar playing, harmony you've never heard before. It's unbelievable. Really good.
Come check it out. Well, it's always a great Saturday to be here every Saturday morning at Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. The coach and AD, Chad Griffin, had to leave. His son had a hoop game. So next week we're going to have him back on because he's got a little special charity going on through his daughters. The man and 4 ladies in the house.
Five ladies.
5 ladies. I don't know how he does it. So
2 goats.
2 goats.
Yeah.
Anything else?
4 cats.
4 cats.
And 1 dog.
But anyway, I appreciate you being here. Like I say every week, it's a lot of fun. We'll be back Wednesday night after Rubbin' and Grubbin', our NASCAR show. Hey, you never mentioned your NASCAR show either. We got to give those guys a plug.
Oh yeah, they're the starters. I mean, they started all this. Rubbin' and Grubbin', great show. Brandon and Dan and Lawrence, of course, the producer. And what a great show! And it's we're getting closer and closer to Daytona. And I want to mention something. Michael Carter Racing.
Michael Carter Racing
pulled off another victory down in Daytona last week.
Right.
Coach's Corner is now.
I've had the kid on 3 or 4 times, but I didn't want to say that. He's been a Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Just so you know, he's a graduate of Benedictine School. He's also in school at Georgia Tech as a business major, and he's straight A's, and he's doing. Whoops, I'm getting the table rocking here. And he's also on the Mazda Miata MX-5 Cup Series. He won it last year.
Won the championship last year. This is only a 20-year-old kid. Yep. I was about to say we are now an official sponsor of Michael Carter Racing. I had to get some blessings from my wife, but I think we're going to have a sticker on the gas cap.
Nice.
But, the gas cap.
Right here. That's the gas cap sticker right there.
Gas cap sticker. But we're so proud of Michael and excited. He is actually getting a shot to race in the Sprint Cup.
Nice.
I mean, the Xfinity Series.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He would have raced this week coming up, but there's different credentials you have to have to be able to race there. He was not he was able to ride in the Truck Series, but not in the Xfinity Series.
I mean, I know. I mean, you grew up here. You graduated from Savannah Christian, but watching these kids, whether it's NASCAR or Miata, or whether it's football, basketball, just them coming through here. I mean, it's just something special.
I've seen many athletes coming through here that's now playing pro football or racing or doing whatever they do, but it's been great to be here for them.
It's nice seeing that the Savannah community has this going for them. So don't forget, rubbing and grubbing, okay? So they go at 6 o'clock. The coach and AD do our Wednesday night live. We come at 7 o'clock. Then Saturday morning, I'm back here. Don't forget Hot Grids podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Travis and Spencer do a great job. And I can't wait till the golf season starts, because if you haven't seen the 19th hole, the Herb brothers, Sean and Brent, I call them Brandon. It's Brent. It's Brandon Baines. Okay, Brent Herb. They do a great job, and it's a lot of fun. And, of course, Lawrence Bennett behind the scenes. We'll be back here Wednesday night. Check it out. God bless. Whatever you've been doing, hopefully you go out there and wear this lovely mask. Okay, I'm going to show my Coach's Corner mask here. Wash those hands and be safe. So hit it out of the park for today. But until next week, may be best week ever. Remember, SUPERFEST right here at Coach's Corner. We'll see you then. John, always a pleasure. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, brother.
It's a lot of fun. Enjoy it. All sports all the time right here at Coach's Corner.
Sports, food, and fun since 1991.
Say it again.
Sports, food, and fun since 1991.
See, I want to see him now. He's got to get the music in it. Is that the fun?
Yeah.
Sports, music, and fun?
Sports, food, fun, and music.
And music. We'll talk to you later. God bless.